Hey everybody, welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. My name is Dylan, and I'm going to talk about a new player I'm collecting, a new way I'm collecting, and some of my hobby thoughts right now. First and foremost, I appreciate all of you guys for watching and listening to me talk about baseball cards. Something that I've had a passion for since I can remember life, basically. 5-6 years old, collecting vintage cards since grading came out, since I learned of grading, 96, 97, and just loving going, when I was a kid, going to my local Baseball Cards Plus, and there was going there and looking at the vintage cards against the other wall. I saw a Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps rookie card when I was a kid there, one time. I was the guy going through the boxes by myself, the vintage boxes. No one ever talked to me about those cards. No adult ever, told me about the players. I just loved. I knew who Ted Williams was. I knew Babe Ruth was. However it was, I didn't read books back when I was a little kid. I didn't. I would see these cards in magazines, on albums. Everywhere I went, I would go to this museum. I've told all these stories before, but I think it's important to talk about them because I think what happened recently in a live, there was Dave, 30, he just, to me it felt like he was saying my name basically. I'm the centering guy. I freaking love centering. I understand. I'm not blind to the fact that centering's always been there. Like there's always, we all knew centered cards look better than not centered, but we focused differently and there wasn't a way to collect those. But I didn't know, I never looked at my cards other than when I was a kid learning that a mint card was sharp corners. Like literally, they didn't even talk about the image. It was sharp corners. But that's just me, whatever that went around in the kids' circle. And as an adult collector, I was buying cards online. And when I went to all these card shows, I never talked to the dealers. They didn't talk to me. I didn't talk to them. That my fault? Yeah, sure. As I got older, I should have been talking to them more. But eventually I did talk to these old collectors. I have friends that I talk to that is outside of YouTube. They're 75 years old. I've been talking to them for 7 years now, 8 years now. And I talk to a couple of them on a weekly basis, and I talk about them all the time. They don't even talk about centering to this day. So for like to feel like I was called out, whether Dave was saying me directly, it felt directly pointed at me. It didn't, I wasn't. I thought about it. It's like, dude, I think what really hurt me in that moment that got to me was that he is second guessing that someone could collect that long and just now be into centering. That's ridiculous. It makes no sense in my brain because I had cards that were really awesome. I knew what centering was. I was buying OC top to bottom cards because I knew I didn't like the side to side off center. It wasn't that I knew it didn't exist. It wasn't that I knew that other people knew about centering before. I didn't know that. What I didn't know about centering was how freaking rare they are. And I'll use the term rare. Because no one's told me what the term, I guess I should Google rare. They are hard to find, okay? Let's just say they're hard to come by. PSA 9s are off-centered. They are diamond cut. They have worse centering scale than I do when I look at my cards. If I give my card a 90 on my centering scale of 1 through 100, that looks better than 90% of the PSA 9s out there. And some of the PSA 10s. So I was bummed on that in that moment because a collector that I've met in person, he was the nicest human being in the whole world. He could not have been nicer to me in the moment. it bummed me out because I know he's gonna say he wasn't talking about me, and I believe I love Dave. Like, I still respect that he went on there and discussed his opinions, talked about his opinions. I'm just expressing myself now. I would talk to Dave tomorrow on the phone if I had his phone number and chatted with him. Like, I respect Dave as a collector, like full blown. The guy knows way more about baseball cards than I do. But some of us lived in this baseball card journey in these last years. For my whole life, 30 years collecting vintage cards, 30 years of buying graded vintage cards, collected by ourselves in our room, on eBay, the pit. Like, there was, it was just, I was bummed in that moment because I felt that he started second guessing if I had been collecting cards for this long, or anyone that talks about centering. Well, I say this. If somebody would have pointed out to me that a Topps card centered was way harder to get than an uncentered Topps card, did I say that right? If a centered Topps card was way harder to find than an uncentered one, at any point before YouTube, I could have rung the bell. Nope, didn't. No one did. So when older collectors, these professional collectors say that, I get it. Like, but I think they're misunderstanding the fact that just because I'm going after them now doesn't mean that I didn't know they existed then. But I didn't realize how hard they were to find, and how my wife pointed me out to the fact that they just look way better centered. Like, that's what it all stems to. What the end game is, what they are gonna look like. And if I had 10 centered vintage cards on my wall at any time on 2 shelves, I would have seen that. When the second my wife looked at my wall, really for the first time in her life in 15 years, like, and because of YouTube, because she knows I let the cat out of the bag. She knew I had collections, but she didn't realize I had giant safes shipped over. I mean, she did when we did it, like, on a container in the middle of the ocean. I put them in the container with everything else. I shipped them all over. They're insured. Like, what am I going to do? Everything's insured. This is what it is. I want to touch my cards. I want my cards with me. But she didn't realize the extent until, I've always had displays, but they were minimal displays. They hold like 60 cards. Nothing like what we've created over the years, me and my wife. And then YouTube, like, sent me down this whole, like, share your collection. And now I'm way more organized than I've ever been. She's taught me organization. So with all that said, I'm going to continue to talk about centering because that's something that I have a passion for. I love it. And I'm going to talk about my scale, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. And I'm not going to, I don't have anything to prove. And that's my whole, no one has anything to prove. This is freaking collecting. I don't even care if you've been collecting. You started yesterday. I don't care. This community is in a whole. I respect anyone who just collects baseball cards. Just because someone's been collecting cards or doing something for 30 years doesn't mean they have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Certainly anyone else doesn't have all the answers. Some people who just start something come up with an epiphany and they make so much sense. I'm not saying what I do makes sense. Somebody else who's been in the hobby for a year. This is baseball card. This is collecting. This is a fun thing. So I wanted to rinse that away from my brain, and the only way for me to do that 100% is express how I felt, because I know other people had texted me and said that felt like it was directed at you. And it did. So I'm clarifying that, and I'm clarifying to Dave that he doesn't watch my videos 99.9% of them, because he would have known the whole know why I went down the centering thing. I've explained it the whole way. And this I'm explaining it again, because I want everyone who follows my channel now to understand that there is a million ways to collect cards, and every way is respectable. And if you just got in it, that's respectable. And the grades, it gives you a place to start. And I'm just trying to give someone who's never heard somebody talk about certain things a chance to change their ways of collecting, or start in the way of their collecting that I wish someone would have pointed out to me I wish I had bought all centered 7s forever. Of course, a centered 7 looks better than 90% of the centered 4s, but not all of them. I'll stand by that. I have 2s that look like 7s. I literally have 2s that look like 7s. I have sold 7s that looked terrible. Like the grades are becoming irrelevant. They are a place to start. So if you're just starting collecting, just listen to everyone's thoughts and opinions, but make your own choice where you're going to take your collection. You don't care about this or that or this or that. Do what you want, and that's respectable. And I'm going to continue to do and talk about what I want. So tonight we're talking about a new collection I started. All that. Let's go. I'm going to take you guys in and up close on my new Godzilla collection. And it is the funnest collection, and I'm doing it in one touches. And I've been inspired by multiple collectors out there, multiple friends, to create a one-touch collection. And using one touches. And using cards like this. This koi card from Mookie. Dude, Mookie Chilson. I mean, dude, I call him Moo now. He sends me cards like this, amongst other YouTubers, like Dan, Old Sarge. But this has inspired me to buy one touches and to make a collection, a different collection like that I've had. So I'm going to get it. I have about 51 touches, and I have a player that I have collected strictly in a one touches only. And if I get a graded card, I'm cracking it out and I'm putting in one touches. And if I buy any way, shape, or form, they're going in one touches. And the whole player run of Godzilla, that's your hint, and how Godzilla came into my collection, why I decided to collect them. It's coming up, and I'm going to show you guys some of the funnest cards I've ever purchased in my life, because they all have a story behind them. I used to buy these boxes, or I watched this guy play too. So let's go. Here we go. Thank you guys for listening to that. I know it was long, but you know what? It's my show, and I want to express my thoughts, and I feel like you guys are with me when I'm talking, when I'm hanging out, when I'm doing these things. So let's one more thing before I move on. I'm selling on Whatnot, and I'm doing my first live stream Whatnot sale next Wednesday. And where are those cards? Right here. I have decided to sell all my cards that I are not centered and have the eye appeal I want in my own personal graded slabs, which you guys have talked about in my card savers, and I do the grades. And I'm doing a 1970s sale first. And I got inspired by Jimmy Guns. And Jimmy Guns just made the Hall of Fame. But he inspired me in the beginning. Like, my whole brain got spinning about selling live when I found out he sold live on YouTube. But there's no way I was going to do emails and correspond with these people. And, I will correspond with you. That sounded bad. But I want it to be run easy, like eBay. I can click one button and everything gets printed out. But while I'm doing the live, I can correspond with people. And I thought selling cards would be great doing that. And I always planned on selling all these cards from my ungraded, graded cards. What I've done over the years is any card that becomes worthy of grading, I've started grading them if they went into my collection. But I have so many cards. I have like 2,000 cards in my collection. So I'm going to be listing these I'm going to be on Whatnot live. All of these cards you see are up. You can look at them. They're scanned. And I'm going to share these live. I'm going to talk about everything and just have a good time with it. So I'm not trying to get you guys to sign up for Whatnot. I'm trying to tell you guys anything. But if you want to buy some cards from me, I want to sell cards for a living. I always have. I've told stories about it in the past. Look at my old videos. Always wanted to do this my whole life. When I moved to Hawaii, my dad was like, "What are you going to do?" And I go, "Dad, if I can't figure out how to make money selling baseball cards, then I failed life. I literally told him that. He doesn't even collect cards. He doesn't know. It's like, I told him that 8 years ago. And so I'm still on that track. And eBay, I sell cards all the time. I'm a top seller on there. I've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of cards. I want to find another way that's more fun, and this has opened the door, YouTube. And so I'm doing that. So if you're interested, I'll put the link of where you can sign up. It's free, and it'll take you directly to my thing, and I'll get paid money. And it's not because I'm sponsored by them. Every seller gets it. I get like $10 or something for each person that signs up. If you do, if you don't, it's fine. I want to let you guys know about it. It's already up, and you can click on it. I'm going to promote that more as we get closer because I'm excited about it and it's fun. So Jimmy Guns, thanks for the inspiration of selling live. Really fun to watch. I know I've never bought anything from you because I just, I haven't found anything. I don't want to just buy anything, and I do want to support what he does. But one day I'm going to find some. I thought I found something the other day at Disney dollars, but I put $2, but he wanted 40. So anyways, all right, let's go. Taking you a new collection coming up. Woo! All right, welcome to the card portion of the video. Sorry guys, man, I just gotta express myself sometimes. This is part of the whole friendship, sharing our thoughts about baseball cards. Let me tell you about my thoughts about baseball cards. I love them, and I'm about to show you guys some awesome baseball cards. So I'm gonna give you guys some hints as we go along. To anyone who knows the nickname that I shared earlier, we'll already know where this is going. But with that said, we're going to go down the standard showing of cards. Why this connected with me in this player that I collect. We got a Masanori Murakami rookie card from 1965 Topps. This is the first Japanese Major League Baseball player in history. I learned that I want to say 2017 from my friend Dennis. He is one of my old time collector friends that I met at my local card show that I just talked about. Whatever card show it is. He owned a baseball card shop on this island at one time in his life. Him and his brother. And I bought lots of cards from him, and he sells at those shows, and he told me that. So I loved that. I've had that card since then. Since 2017, I guess I bought that card. I would love to find a well-centered one. I have it on my watch list, and I'd love to purchase one. But it has inspired me, and when I buy cards, I love a theme now. I love the way it goes. Next card here. A 2019 Topps Otani and my Trout. Two guys I collect. And then you got Japanese writing, and that says Angels. Angels Otani gets hot. Now, if you look this card up and it doesn't say Angels, then I apologize. I didn't look it up. I read it earlier and I go, it's got to say Angels, right? Okay, so I just love this card. I just think it's really awesome. This was an inspiration from Eric, those back pages. He shared this card, not this version. I don't think it was a gold one. But this card, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that because I collect. Now, that was a premature right there. That was not supposed to come out yet. I was supposed to go in order. Reverse. Oldest collector I collect in Japanese baseball itself is none other than Sadaharu Oh. He has over 800 home runs in Japan. You can look up the numbers. Incredible player. He is the Babe Ruth of Japanese baseball. And he is just somebody that isn't that expensive to collect. I think this card was like $25 or something. I was just blown away. I bought this with another Sadaharu card that's on my wall right now, which is my favorite of all time. But I wanted to share some of my other ones. And this is a 1977 Manko. So these were in a sheet, and then someone cut them out. I'm with Mangini, and I don't understand how you can grade a cutout card. just put authentic cut out and let us just look at the card, right? And if it's been altered, then make sure you put authentic altered. Just, I want to know, that's all I want to know. But it has been cut out, so they need to figure out a whole thing. I mean, it's been altered because it's been cut from the original form. But they were supposed to be cut out. They were cards. So I'm turning a corner on cut cards. I'm trying to anyways. But this card I just love because there was a no-brainer. Even before I had these thoughts about cut cards, or I just loved the card. I love these Mankos, the artwork on them. They're awesome. They're like, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it wrong. Caricatures. Just really cool. Like the 33 Gouty heads up. They're artist fun rendition. Or when you went to Knott's Berry Farm and they drew characters and you saw my Reindeer Studios shirt, Scott's channel. Like, the artwork's fun. And so I love this card. I absolutely love it. I bought this one at the National, just this last one from Robert. I think it was $25. There was a higher grade, couple higher grades, I think. I passed. I think every YouTuber bought them. So there's 3 of them he had. And I was like, I think I saw them all on videos, which is funny. Funny and awesome. And the next card is, it's not my favorite Sadaharu Oh. Actually, it's probably my least favorite of the Plain Days card. And it's an actual photo of Sadaharu Oh. 1964 Manko. Hand cut. The SGC does a good job of putting everything up here. I like the information. Wish they'd shrink that number. But look at the card. It's a really beautiful looking card. And this was like, I don't even know if this might have even before I was like on a centering kick. I just thought this card was just awesome. Sadaharu Oh, I mean, he's the Babe Ruth. And I am collecting these cards because they're beautiful. And Sadaharu Oh's history has been repeated in my mind over and over again in so many books I have read of the Yankees and everyone. Sadaharu Oh's name comes up numerous times in all these books. So that's why I originally went on the Sadaharu Oh collection. But things morph and change. And now it's, I've realized that I think he's underappreciated in the hobby itself. And I think he's a guy that his cards can become worth a lot more in the future. And I want to buy another one from Robert this year. At the National, that's my number one plan. That's the very first booth I want to hit up because I want to get another one. It doesn't have to be his rookie. I have no thoughts on which one. All the ones I've bought so far just strike me. This one is one of my favorite ones of all time. And this is from my favorite year. One of my favorite years of Topps, like 1975. And this literally, you could toss this in 1975 Topps and it's not like it would be far off. Different size, everything, but the artwork, like the colors, a sun with just like beams coming off it. It looks like I mean, I'm telling you, this card is one of my favorite, most beautiful cards in my entire collection. Look at that image. What is this graded? It's a 4. This is a 4. And then look at the back. This guy says it's a 7. That's awesome. Robot Man says it's a 7. And then this guy just goes, yes. I mean, is this card just awesome? Hand cut. I think these are all hand cut, these Mankos. So I don't know why this one doesn't say it. That one doesn't. That one does. I don't know. I'm not the card expert. Go to Mangini. JP Wisco, check those guys out for more. There's so many guys. Like, I'm the guy you go to if you just want to, like, look at some baseball cards. Like, I collect cards for so many reasons. And number one is just because I love baseball cards. I love the way they look. And this one looks spectacular. Look at his jawline. So strong right there. It's because he's hitting just bombs. 800 home runs, man. Like, come on. This is like Josh Gibson and... This is Josh Gibson, Babe Ruth, and Sadaharu Oh. and Hank Aaron. You put those guys together, but those top three for some reason. But you put all those guys together, man. Those guys, that's just legendary, legendary. Dude, this is just like too much fun. All right, this card you guys know about because I bought this during, I bought this in the inning that Otani was pitching to Mike Trout in the World Series Baseball Classic. I literally bought this in the 9th inning when he struck out Mike Trout. I bought this card in that inning. I was digging a pond, my pond out that you've seen in a video. I was digging that out. I was in my work gear. I took my clothes off because I had a watch list on this. Because you got Ichiro in here, who I collect. Japanese player, tossed the baton on to Ichiro here. You got Otani, rookie year, rookie season, and I bought. You tell me cards that you buy online don't have stories. This card has a story. I was in the trenches, like digging out, and I'm like, I gotta put this phone down. I think I was texting YouTubers too as it was going on. It was such a sick game. I watched it live. I had my wife's iPad set up while I was digging, and I was watching the game. And I bought this for like $200. And it was like, dude, to know when I bought this, how I bought it, it's just such an awesome card. This thing's numbered, and I'm a gold man. I believe in gold. I think golds are. When you collect cards, Topps cards, there's millions of variations. There's some of variations as longtime collectors you gravitate to, and to me it's gold. It's been around forever. Long time, not forever, of course, but a great tradition. I mean, there's gold T205 cards. So, I mean, man, just what not to love, right? Okay, now, moving on to my new collection here they are, right here. Oh my gosh. I haven't been this excited to share an entire collection, okay, of one player. I'm going to have to jam through these because there's a stack. I spent like $300. I have more coming, part of the 300, but I'm going to share what I got right now. This guy this guy hit over 500 home runs when you include his Japan stats. This guy had, like, from what I heard on a YouTube comment, that this guy had a museum in Japan before he even came over to the major leagues. I mean, incredible. First and foremost reason I collected him is because I was trying to figure out who else I can collect on the cheap. I was trying to save some money, trying to collect somebody that I could change my collection into a one-touch. So I had these thoughts in my head. So I did some research, and the second I found out this guy played for the Angels, Matsui, Hideki Matsui, Godzilla, played for the Angels in 2010, I said, holy smokes, let me look up his cards. I looked up his cards, and they were dirt cheap. This card in 2010, to try and pull this, it's like 1 in 280 packs. This is a gold 2010 T206. This is numbered out of 50. I was buying boxes of these. I never pulled a gold card, not even of a common player. And then out of all those, like, you have common players, every common player gets a gold. Imagine trying to pull this. You'd have to buy like 50 cases to pull the card you want. This was, I think, $11.75. And I haven't even entered in my system. I got it in the mail today from a Comp C order. Comp C, that place is like the devil. It's on your shoulder just going, just deposit some more money and put it in there and you can get them all. Dude, I went nuts on Hideki. Like, my favorite player to collect ever, I think. These are my favorite cards I've ever collected. Look at that Angels card. So that just took me. It just sold me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And when I saw how inexpensive they were, and knowing that he's in the Japanese Hall of Fame, and his cards are as cheap as commons in these rare cards. I'm going to say rare because every card is numbered to 50 or less, except for a couple random ones that I just wanted because I had to have them. Though I'm going all raw all day. Even ones that come slabbed, I'm cracking them out. Because sometimes buying them slabbed is cheaper. PSA 9s, you know, you can get them cheap. Look at this Angels card. Look at the A in the background, the halo. Gold. This is a finest. I haven't made a label. 2010, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 2010, number to 50. I mean, dude, is this an insane card? I actually spent more on this card. This was like $15, I think. And you could probably get this for $8 if you're just patient. But I'm like, dude, man, I can buy these cards so inexpensive. This guy is a legend. And I watched him play. Like, this guy's legendary. So, here we go. Let's just keep going. I mean, I'm going to show my dead favorite card, dead last. And it's just like the coolest card ever. So, next card, I got a Bowman Chrome blue refractor. I was buying these. This is like 2010, 2012. I can't even read it. I'm going to guess 2010. I can't read it, honestly. I haven't entered the ones that don't have labels. This one's numbered out of 150. This was like $1.50. Like, dude, is this card insane? Old school refractors, I'm starting to realize. Thanks everybody, Shane, like, and everybody's showing them. Like, Lou Rock showing his one-touch cards. One-touchers look insane, but I have to have labels. So, I made my labels. Man, what an awesome card. Thing was like $2. So, another $2 for the case. Dude, you got yourself like the sickest card ever. Okay. This card is another passing the torch. Bought this card for $5.95. Free shipping. This is a Topps Now. I didn't look up the number yet, but when I make my number, my label, I will put how many they made of this, because you can look up Topps Now, which is really cool about Topps Now. They probably made like 600, I'd say, of this, is my guess. I have no idea. But it's an awesome card. And this is Matsui for most home runs in a season, 32, by a Japanese-born player, and Shohei Otani leapfrogs him. Beats him. Look at that. Look at their hands. Look at the way they finish. I guess that's how all hands are going to be. That's how all finishes. But their face. All of this is a really incredible looking baseball card. It's a really, really awesome, cool card. It's a really neat card. And this one, I graded it already. It's just, I haven't entered it. It's a 10. So you could probably get this 10 in like $35. I just bought it for $6. So graded a 10 myself. One day, if I want to get these graded in my whole collection, which I don't plan on, and I don't want to, but there's like a $5 special, yeah, I'll get them graded. $5. I'll change these all. But right now, these one-touchers look outstanding, and this is history on a card. I'm having so much fun with this, I can't even begin to describe it. I haven't looked up other baseball cards, you know, besides a few other things. Like, I'm just having a blast. Card that I bought I bought an entire case of this at Christmas in 2020, I think. It was $600 for the whole case. I did not pull this card. This is a 2019 Topps Archives. Look at, I got my little logo here. Thanks to Mangini with his Zion cases. They won't ship to where I live. I'm going to email them to find out. But I got inspired to start putting logos on my tabs. I didn't have when I made these, all of these that I'm be selling on whatnot. When I made all these, I wasn't on YouTube. So now that I'm on YouTube and my logo means something to me, my wife created it and it's turned into something special. It's fun. So it's just sick, right? This thing's numbered out of 99 right here. I didn't even know. Yeah, 99. This goes with this card. I got it right here, Lane. Guys, you gotta get blown away right here. Holy smokes! This is full Chris Missouri deal right here, because this thing came like in a bulletproof, taped up with a sleeve with a huge like number $75 on it or something. I still have it because I'm gonna put the thing. I saved the sticker because I'm gonna put it on the back of my next sleeve. But this card right here, this George Brett, like the case, it's all scratched, like not scratched, but that's not on the card. Like it was bulletproof. He had so much tape around the whole thing. I got this from Chris, Missouri. Chris from Missouri, and if you guys know the story about him and George Brett rookie card, you need to watch his last video and multiple videos before. I had my heart set on this when he had this up at trade night about 4 weeks ago. And I even texted Lou Rock, he wanted it, but then he kind of said, go for it. I wanted this card so bad because I wanted a George Brett from his collection because I'm obsessed with the Robin Yount from this year. Like, now I have my buddy Chris. This card is spectacular, and it's a mini. I sold off most of my minis. I think I have one left because they're all off-center. This one's got a diamond cut, but it's actually very beautiful for a 3. It's a beautiful card, and this has so much meaning. Just a George Brett from Chris's thing. So look at this card. That, and then, oh my gosh, did I show that one? Shoot. This. I think I showed that one in the last part of the video. Maybe I didn't. No, that's why I'm confused. Dude, look at this card right here. I'm going to tell you guys a story in a minute. Card number 99. I got a case of this for Christmas in 2020, I think it was. Blowout. And I never pulled this card. I pulled other number 99s. But how sick is that? This was like $4. Dude, look at that. I got this card today in the mail. And this today. No, yesterday. This today. From Chris from Missouri. I mean, come on, guys. Does it get better than that? Does the hobby get any better? I sometimes I'm just like, how cool is this? This weird thing I've been in my whole life, and no one understands me. And then YouTube, everyone understands me. It's so crazy. So crazy. Okay. You guys saw that flash of this other card? And that's my favorite card from this entire collection I'm going to show you because of a lot of things. But I didn't mean to show that, but I'll tell you why I actually showed it, and I thought I showed it before or later. All right, next card. All right, I'm jamming. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. E-Tops rookie. How can I get this? Like $5. I don't know if you guys were buying E-Tops ever, but I was on the pit. I loved E-Tops. I thought it was awesome. So much refractor. So much like gas oil on that. And I love the Yankees, guys. I collect Yankees. Like, he went from a Yankees to an Angel. Like, dude, come on. This is like the coolest guy I've ever collected. Godzilla. This guy is legendary. His cards they're as cheap as commons. This is the number to 50. This is when he got his MVP. Not MVP for World Series. Not in 2022, but this is a photo from that year. Which, I don't remember what year it is. Look it up, guys. You know, I know the history, but it's in my own brain. And dates don't work for me, so, dude, I'm not that guy. I just love the cards. I mean, dude, come on. Come on. This is the funnest stuff. Look at this 85 Topps All-Star design. Gold. Topps. This was $4. 2020 All-Star Gold number 23 out of 50, graded 9. Raw. Wee, like, dude, pulling this card, you're never gonna pull it. You'd have to buy cases. Not that it's an expensive or like there's tons of gold of this, but it's only 50 of this card and it's cool. And it's Hideki Matsui, guys. This guy, I'm going to collect a common player. This guy is as cheap as commons. It's blowing my mind, the prices I was getting for these cards. All right. We're getting down into some rookies. Let me see. Put them in order. All right. We're doing another Stadium Club because my buddy Shane, Shoebox. Stadium Club. Same image. Different year. 2020. Hold on. Let me focus that. Boom. Number 30 out of 50. Another this was like $7 or something. Overpaid, guaranteed. You be patient, you probably get this for $2. It is awesome. Another design of Topps and Topps Stadium Club, which one day I would love to have a run of all Topps Stadium Clubs. And why not collect cards that are like, this probably was 1 in every 200 packs to get a gold numbered out of 50. To me, as a guy who opened tons and tons, $50,000 easily in unopened wax packs. They call them wax packs. I can respect how hard these cards are to get, and I understand how cheap they are, because these cards I collected, like this next one here, I probably spent $2,000 on 2007 Bowman Chrome boxes and cases. This thing is insane. I probably pulled like 3 gold cards during that time. My buddy Danny pulled a 101 Super Refractor. That's how much money we were spending autographed. I have it. It's graded 10. It's on my wall. You guys have seen it. Dude, this card was $12. This thing is 2007 Bowman Chrome, numbered 20 out of 50. Let's show the back. This has so much nostalgia in the time. I mean, dude, I wasn't a spring chicken. I was 27 years old. I was 27 years old when this card came out, and when I was buying loads of unopened stuff. I was 27 years old. I mean, it was so fun. And to have this card for, like, in my collection, and for that price, I think it's cheap. I think it's a good deal. I think in the future, these are going to be worth a lot more. And I love my new collection. Okay, next one. Another Stadium Club. I got 5 more epic cards. This is Stadium Club proof. Not like the coolest card in the whole world. One that, you could pass on. But like I said, I went nuts. CompC and eBay. And this was like another $5 probably with shipping and everything. Number to 50. Buy it now. Most of these were buy it nows. All of them, I think. Buy it now. It's just like, dude, I scooped up everything under 50. It was number to 50. I knew it was rare. And then I go on Encyclopedia Botanica, the baseball card version. Man, and I would just look and be like, wow, that is really rare. This is probably the least rare one. This is a Topps Triple Threads. And this is 2009, I think. 2006 Topps Triple Threads. Gold, numbered 3 out of 50. Very inexpensive card, but what an awesome card. Shine and numbered. I know there's those SPs out there and the rare cards, the cards that have different photo variations. I'm just not a fan. I like them. I think they're cool, but I like cards that are numbered and you know how to find them. And as a collector, I just think they're more for any collector, because you know how rare they are, right on the case. And then you can look at that. You can go on Encyclopedia Botanica and Base Cardpedia and find out how rare that card actually is. And just really dive in that way if you want. But the SSPs and stuff that aren't labeled, and I'm not into it yet. I want to know what my cards are, how rare they are, right on the surface. So next one is one that's pretty cool, because I kind of had to look this one up. 2006 Bowman Chrome. I didn't have to look it up for the design. I had to look it up because it had no serial number. This is gold. Just the epic card. Another $12 card. And this one has no serial number. So what I looked up was either these were buybacks or snuck out of the factory. Either way, it's a cool story. I'd rather the one with the serial number. Number to 50, know for a fact it was in a pack, like that one. But for $12, yeah. And there's no more available. There is no more Hideki Matsui cards available on eBay or CompC that are like these. Just so you guys know, these are like $50 on there. I took all of them. So if you want to start collecting this card, just probably wait a month till I'm finished, till I'm like burned out of, I have 50 of them. I still have a watch list set up. This one I had to have. This was $15. This was way overpaid, guys, for sure. You could probably wait and be patient, but this is a new card. But you guys can obviously see why I liked it. 2021 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary gold wave refractor. I am really loving the gold wave refractors. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. They look really cool. They just look awesome. They don't have the deep history, but they're cool. But this is a 52 Topps design. And of course I had to have this. In the Yankees, this is going to be so good in a video. Not that I bought it for a video, but when on my wall, like next to other 52 Yankees, I mean, put this next to a Yogi, I mean, in a mantle one day, I mean, if a Phil Rizzuto, I mean, Billy Martin, this card's going to look incredible. So I had to have it, and it was the only one on eBay or CompC, so boom. And I have about 10 more cards coming from CompC, which I'm just like, oh, smokes. I can't wait. Okay, I got 3 more, guys. This one, rookie year, and this one's numbered. This is a variation, but this is the authentic opening day box score of Hideki Matsui. And you can see what he did. 1 for 4, 1 RBI. I don't know where this was from, how they deem this authentic. I really don't care. It's authentic probably just because it's correct. All right. I don't care. It's awesome. It's a variation. It's a rookie card, and it was like $6. Number to $5.99. You get this in an Ichiro or a Pujols, you're talking $100+ or $50. Like, no way. So $6 all day long, and I think it's really cool because when I was a kid, and not only when I was a kid, when I was an adult, I loved looking at the box scores in the paper. I would look at the Surf Report when I was in high school and the box scores and the major stat leaders. It was so fun. I absolutely loved it. Okay, I got two more rookies. I shared this before. It's one I got. I bought it graded in a PSA 9, and the slab itself came cracked in half. I bought it for $60. So I told the guy, look, I'll pop it open, and if there's no damage, then take $30 off. Well, there ended up being damage enough. Oh, it was on the back. Crease on the back. Not a crease, but some kind of like line it was cracked in half. So he gave me $40 off. So I bought this card for $20. It's numbered to 10. This is like not an easy card to get. Donruss came out with all kinds of parallels, but a number to 10 one is not common. And so all said and done, $20. I graded this 5, I think. Let's see. 5.5. And I wrote on there, scratch on back. Just the awesome card. Like, such a sick card. Dude, I couldn't buy that card in any other form other than Matsui. And a guy that I watched just blast home runs. Like, such a good dude. So last card, I shared this on a show that I did with Danny, Hobby News Daily. I don't know what show is going to come out first, but my favorite rookie card I collected of Hideki. And this is so fitting because they did not, maybe, I kind of secretly think they designed the set around him and around what he means, because in 2003 he was a rookie. And if you can guess, I know if Tyrus is out there or any Pokemon collectors were out there, you would recognize the design, especially when I flip it over. This is a 2003 Upper Deck Victory card, but it's a Pokemon design, and this is a variation, and I've only seen one of these so far, and this is numbered to 650. There's tons of black variations up and stuff, but what I love is that it's Godzilla, Japanese baseball player, a home run king, the greatest Japanese player up to that point to come to the major leagues, and they put him on a set that is Pokemon, which is a Japanese company, which is ginormous now. And this is before Pokemon was ginormous. But they copied the design from Pokemon, from like the 99 set. The original Pokemon. I thought it was just blew my mind. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So cool. I know about that Pokemon set because my brother-in-law has a whole bunch of them in a shoebox. Literally a shoebox. I go, dude, you need to sleeve those up. We need to send those in, and he's just sitting on them. I go, dude, you might have 20 grand there. He collected Pokemon. And this is just like it. It's my favorite card of his. It's outstanding. I'd love to find this. I looked up. I can't remember at the moment if there was more rare versions. But I would love to find another one. So, dude, that's the last card you guys are going to see. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And I hope you guys really just enjoyed seeing the baseball cards and hearing about the baseball cards that I love. Shaka!